The views and opinions expressed by the guests and others do not reflect the broadcast of Nick at Night or those associated with this brand. Nick at Night does not condone the overindulgence of alcoholic beverages, nor do we support drinking and driving. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, it's your boy P, King to a God. My girl Nick is on vacation, celebrating her birthday in Thailand, doing it big. So I'm kind of running the ship solo. You know, you guys can find me Instagram, Lemonade, TikTok, therealp.i.g. And I have some phenomenal women here today that has come to grace our presence and give us some insight to some things. Right?
Right.
Right. Yeah, let's speak up. Yeah, let's go. Right. So you
Right.
guys, well, we'll lead with Nat. Nat, you've been here before. You've helped us out with some therapy and kind of, show the people the right and wrongs of things. So
Mhm.
introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Natalie Dyer. I'm a licensed professional counselor, but that's not the hat that I'm wearing here today.
Right.
I'm here with my friends that Paul will introduce. Excited to be here.
Okay. Tanika.
Hello, my name is Tanyika Drake. I'm excited to be here.
Okay. Nikki.
Hello, my name is Nikki Marshall. I am so excited to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell them that you're a beatbox extraordinaire and
No, we'll say that
go
till
with the
later.
jigga jigga
We'll
1 2
save
1
it till
2.
later. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So part of the reason why I wanted to have you guys on, you guys are about to start something new away from your professional careers, right?
Yes.
Something different.
Yes.
And
Very.
I think that it's going to be a beautiful thing. I see big things coming from it.
Mm.
Yeah. So you guys are going to start your own show, huh?
Yes.
Okay. What's the name of the show?
Successful, beautiful, and.
The and leaves them hanging.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you get to add something new each time you put something out there, you air.
Yes.
Right. That's the purpose.
That is the purpose.
Okay. How'd this come together?
Well,
Natalie.
had a conversation with a friend, said some things to me that made me think
Mhm.
about the whole dating piece, dating after 50.
Okay.
So I called Nikki and I said, we need to do a live about this. And then they hadn't met. I said, oh, I need to contact Tanyika too. So we all got together. And again, I wanted it to just be alive. They
Right.
said, there's so much more to this. I said, is there? Yes. Are y'all sure?
Right.
Yes. So then we went to lunch. No, we went to dinner
Yes.
the first time. And we talked and came up with some ideas about topics. And then we had lunch, came up with more ideas, and
Here we
we
go.
had a whole podcast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are excited about it.
Very.
Yes.
Very excited.
I think Natalie was boxing herself in.
Tell me
So-
more.
Well, when we first had the conversation about the live, I just kept thinking, so much more.
Mm-hmm.
I saw so much more than just a live, and not to minimize lives. I just think that with Natalie being as phenomenal as she is, and with her life experiences, I just felt like she could help more people, reach a larger audience,
Mm-hmm.
and do more, than just a live.
Okay.
So,
But
Thank
I
you,
feel
Nikki.
like y'all are selling yourselves short. I mean, because, yeah, she can do all of that. What are y'all,
Absolutely.
how are y'all mixing into this? I mean, because y'all got something. I mean, we're not going to sit here like,
supporting cast.
no way.
No way at all.
way.
Supporting cast.
No way.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
anybody know better, I know better. And I don't even know y'all like that. So come on.
Supporting cast. That's my story, and I'm sticking to
That's
it.
what you're sticking to. So, Tayuka, what's your say in this?
My say is similar to Nikki's. Natalie has a lot to offer in the profession that she does, and just helping other women.
Right.
We all have been through life's experiences and knowing firsthand, how to navigate through
Yeah.
the trees and get through the forest.
Right.
And so I think that's what it's all about, is helping one another. And
Okay.
so I'm looking forward to supporting her.
Boy,
They
y'all
are
killing
way
me.
more
Right.
than supporting
Why
cast.
they acting like they
For
just
sure.
supporting cast? Like, what? Come on, y'all got to cut it out. This is what we doing tonight. No. That's not what we're doing tonight. Okay, so I know about Nat. Tell me a little bit more about you. Your background. Where are you from?
So I'm originally born and raised from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
My mom lived there and everyone on her side of the family. My dad lived here in Dallas. And so my senior year in high school, I decided to come and live with my dad.
Oh, wow.
And so I stayed.
Okay.
And there we go.
There we go.
Marriage, kids, life.
Life.
Here we
Okay.
are.
Okay. Nikki, where are you originally from?
The A, shot A.
Hey, Austin?
No, there is only one A. I'm originally from the Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yes, so
That A.
yes, the one and only, the one that matters.
Okay.
So Atlanta, Georgia, not Atlanta, Texas.
Okay.
From Atlanta, I went to college in Alabama at Tuskegee University.
Okay.
Got 2 degrees there, and then I moved to Texas, and I've been here ever since.
How long you been here?
Too long.
No, I say the same thing, but we got to put a time frame on it.
I've been here since, maybe almost 30 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you came before the Katrina people. I came with the Katrina people.
Oh yeah, I came.
I didn't know
before.
what I was doing.
Yeah.
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 But I clearly separated myself from that. Yeah. They were a little different,
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Nat,
Yes, sir.
your girls are selling this thing short, man. I don't believe it. This is what we're doing. So I'm gonna have to bring it out. We're not gonna say it's sitting here.
Is it? Where is it?
It's like right here in the middle. I wish I had Nick's table. It would be on the table. But it's sitting here. All right. All right. So all of you beautiful, successful entrepreneurs of sorts, career-driven women, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're stepping in front of this camera. You're deciding to sit in front of this camera and share your lives.
Yes.
How exciting is that, or is that scary?
Both.
What's scary about it?
I think for me, what's scary is just putting it into words in front of people that I don't know.
Okay.
And then also people just being surprised by what I've experienced.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of those experiences? I don't want you to give everything, but let's just
I was married for 22 years. Actually 23 years. And recently divorced.
Okay.
My son, I have 3 boys, and so my ex-husband is a pastor
Okay.
here. And so yeah, it's the divorce thing is that's a lot.
How many years?
This is 2025, so it'll be 2 years in December.
Okay. So you're still fresh.
Mm-hmm.
See, one of the things I argue, right, because I was married for 9 years. I got divorced in 2011. One thing I want the government to change is I want that divorce thing gone after a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe after a year. You know how you got to always check the box? They
Yeah.
have single,
Mhm.
married, divorce, whatever. Yeah, I think I should automatically become single again, maybe after a year.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Everything should be cleared up in a year, right? All this, I mean, from a business standpoint, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need to keep claiming you. I
Right.
don't need to keep
Right.
being tied to this
Mm-hmm.
thing
I agree with that.
that I no longer want to be a part of. You know what I mean? So
I can agree
that's
with
my
that.
take on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should be single. You're not ready yet. You got 2 years, right?
Am.
Okay. All right. So we'll let you check off the single box.
Thank you.
So what's
Single box.
Jesus. Single box?
Single box.
You ain't even let me get to it. Oh my God. So how many years divorced then?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Almost a
You
year.
want the box right now.
Yes.
So, no.
Single.
Nikki, she can't have the box.
She can have the box.
She can have the box?
She can have the
Yes.
box.
Well, this women empowerment thing. Well, I'm going to lose every time. I'm going to lose every time. All right. So Ty, you can have the box. Nat, you?
Definitely the single box.
Okay.
I've been divorced 9 years.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. What was that? 2000? No,
16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm longer than 9 years. I got to be what?
What'd you say?
Maybe
11?
14? Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And thank God my son is grown.
Ooh,
Man.
because that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And navigating that is,
hard.
Crazy.
I'm praying for y'all. You said a prayer for us. And for me, in
Mhm.
spite earlier, I'm praying for y'all. Sheesh.
I don't find it scary.
No?
Uh-uh.
Sitting in front of the mic and the camera, you mean? Or
Yeah, all of that.
Okay.
That sharing. I do it often.
You do.
So, yeah, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I have plenty to say
Mhm.
and willing to say it, and hopefully it's helpful
Yeah.
to some others.
See, because you're seasoned in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning your newfound singlehood,
Mhm.
your second entry of being single.
Mhm.
You're seasoned in it now.
Right.
You've seen the ups, the downs. You see how dirty the pool is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys may not yet to see that, you know. And it's still yelling at, "Can I have you back?" phase. I think.
From the ex.
What?
Yeah, the man always thinks, unless, it's something different,
Mhm.
right? Some men, if they were the person that was wrong and they feel like they can remedy things, I think 2 years is that window. You might throw that shot out there to see if it sticks to the wall.
It won't.
Hey, girl, you know I still love you, right? Remember
I got
such
a
and
big
such?
ego. I can't sing, but my friend, she can take it from here.
We knew where you was going with it, though.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely a big ego. Definitely. That's the one thing that men have that I think women don't truly understand or can process. Yeah, we're from a different planet. What is it? Men from
Women
Mars?
from Mars.
Women from Venus?
Mhm.
I don't know who did that, but I don't know. I never read the book, just like
Yeah.
I never read
I
Steve
can't
Harvey.
think of his name.
But the
Chapman?
concept is absolutely true.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Different thought processes,
Mhm.
different.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I am a scientist by trade.
Okay.
So it's definitely that Y chromosome.
Mm.
Men
Is it?
are XY, women are XX.
Mm-hmm.
That Y chromosome is
Makes a
something else.
difference.
It
Oh,
throws
my
us off?
goodness.
You saying it's a chemical
No, I
imbalance? or something?
didn't say that.
I mean,
just
because you
said-
do love us, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm just saying. Listen,
You haven't said it
It's
yet. I'm
definitely
still
a
waiting on
difference.
it.
definitely a difference.
It's definitely a difference.
Yes.
I don't know what the difference is.
Oh, I
just
know. It's just you have to come to one of my lectures. But anyway.
Okay. All right. So
hmm
where can I find a lecture at?
I teach at a local college.
Okay. All right. That's good enough for me.
hmm
Yeah, that's good enough for me. All right. But you can forward me that lecture later
Okay.
so I can see it myself.
Okay.
And then maybe it's something me and Nick can talk about because
Okay.
I don't believe it. But I
Mhm.
believe you because you got a couple degrees in it and
Mhm.
it's
You
what
don't
you
believe
do.
that there's a difference?
No, definitely.
Okay.
Nah.
No, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying here.
It's the way that I'm picking up the way that she's phrasing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't kind of like the way that she's kind of phrasing it.
I'm not saying it's a bad difference.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm
All
just saying it's definitely a difference.
Got you.
And it boils down to the genetic makeup of men and female, male and female rather.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
hmm
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
hmm
All right. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna circle back to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna circle back to it. All right. So you shared that your ex was a pastor here. Same with you. You
Yes.
Yes.
okay? Wow. This is crazy.
The
huh?
pregnant pause.
The pregnant
Right.
pause.
What?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was Easter? Was Easter great for everybody?
It was.
You like
Yes.
that?
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It was.
Yeah, the Pope just died. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
died
know
this
that.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They said that he facilitated the Easter program or service yesterday.
Wow.
Mhm.
I got a joke there, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Ooh,
I know. I do.
you be skating.
Hey, that's my dad. He know me. He put the thought right there.
Did he?
He did. Always.
Okay.
Yeah. I told you, Dad, I just want to be at the gate. I don't gotta see the rest of heaven. I just need to be at the gate to see who else he let in. I'd be like, "Man, you sure about that one?" Because things happen. You might have been asleep during that time, but I
That's
don't
funny.
think they supposed to get in. Not them.
You remember when they whatever.
Yeah. When they won Woman of the Year, what was
Uh-oh.
they had that XY,
Uh-oh.
but they won Woman of the Year.
Wait.
I don't-
I like the circle back. I like
Yeah,
the circle back.
yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah, I don't think they should get in. Wow. So, how was that in life? You guys, you went to school, you got your career going, and then you found these gentlemen that you fell in love with, and now you, for lack of a better term, right, have to lead other people that you may not necessarily want to lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we all have a choice in life, for the most part, of who we want to bring along in our life, who we may want to mentor. How is it when you're in a situation where you have to, and I don't know, I'm speaking from an outside standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
where you
Mhm.
have to kind of be a leader for people you may not even want to lead?
I don't know if I've ever thought about it from that aspect.
That boy, good.
I think that I don't know. I guess when you're coming from a perspective of being a like a leader in Christ's
Mhm.
church,
Mm-hmm.
not liking them for me was kind of secondary to them being a soul. You know, so the truth that they needed to hear or see or whatnot, I was willing to do that, aware of who they were, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
but still the other came first. The other was primary. The
Okay.
fact that they were a soul and not necessarily somebody I didn't like, per se.
I got to grow a lot. I do.
We all do.
Yeah, but I got
We
a
all do.
lot. Like,
We all do.
yeah. I haven't broken the ground yet. You know, when you like make that plant, I just it's barely sticking out of the dirt. I got a lot of growing to do. Because when you said it's the soul first,
Mhm.
I never even consider a person's. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not judgmental. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because as long as it doesn't affect my life directly, I could care less.
Mhm.
But I never consider that part of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll consider it at the gate. Yeah, I'll consider that the gate. Tanyika, how about you with that question? What do you think?
I would say the same. I feel like when you're in the trenches doing ministry,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're not doing it with motives or wanting to be seen, and that's part of the reason why Natalie and Nikki are my friends, because I don't
Yeah.
mix well with people that are not genuine. And so when you're in the trenches, you're thinking about ministry. You're thinking about it from a spiritual aspect. And so that's what you focus on.
Right.
These people need help. I need to get the resources. I need to pray. I need to, whatever needs to be done to
Mhm.
help them come out. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Agreed.
You feel the same way, Nikki?
I do. And just to add to that, I would say as leaders, especially women, women are, oh, it's a lot
Ooh.
with women.
Mm-hmm.
But I had the mindset of I get to do this. Like it's an
Yeah.
honor for me
Mm.
to serve in this capacity.
For sure.
It's not easy.
I could
But
imagine not.
it's not easy, but we were doing life together.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, you get that phone call, someone's asking you to pray for them or, do a hospital visit or, you do it because we get to do this.
Yeah.
And even though like we're no longer in those roles, but we still get to do this and we still serve,
Right.
and do those hospital visits and prayer calls and, because that's what we do.
Wow. That's amazing. I applaud you. I'm not going.
It's really a calling, I think.
Mhm.
I knew that the ex was gonna be in ministry when I married him. So I was willing to do that. And some other people, they don't know. And then there's this calling that happens after they get married. So it's kind of like, wait a minute. But I knew it. So I was okay with it. I
Mhm.
accepted that going in, knowing
Right.
that this was something that was going to be happening.
That's a good point because sometimes you may get into something and then there's a calling for your partner or your spouse, and now you're in this role and you didn't ask for this role.
Absolutely.
But being a good partner, teammate, wife, you're going to step up to the plate and do what you have to do. That's a different level of sacrifice. And when you have that type of sacrifice, who's supporting you?
You have to be very intentional about
Mhm.
that. I know for me, I never really considered anyone in the church as my friend. I didn't look at many of them or any of them as I'm thinking of it as my friend. I had outside people that
Mhm.
that were my friends prior to being a pastor's wife or a first lady.
So you saw them as clients?
Huh?
Yeah.
Did I see the members as clients?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, they're not your friends, right? We not
Yeah,
building
no, they were members of the church. They were people that we were called to minister to.
Right. So when I say clients, I don't mean like in your profession
Okay.
type clients. I mean, but that's kind of like the relationship you had. No, not really.
No, clients are very distant. They're
Okay.
people that that's different.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I just when you said they weren't friends, that kind of threw me for a
Really?
loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying that they should be friends, but I think it would be like maybe associates. Like if you come into the hospital to pray for me, then I feel like we got to be close because
And we were close.
yeah, otherwise you're not gonna even know I'm in the hospital. Like I'm not the dude. I'm not telling the church I'm in the hospital.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
think most people would. A lot of people would. Maybe that's a better term. A lot of people would and did.
Okay.
So, yeah. But I know for me that there wasn't like a friendship like there were with my friends
Yeah.
that are still my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So they're not coming to the house for dinner.
They might, but it's just a different relationship.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily have the
I'll
word
never need
for
to be
it.
in that world I was in. Jeez. Louise. It's a lot of double dutching.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
lot of
possible.
double dutching.
I don't know how to double dutch, but I've seen it. So yeah, that may be.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I seen it too at McDonald's in that parking lot. Y'all used to get it. Y'all used to double dutch. You ever double dutch, Tanika?
No, I
No.
didn't
No?
double dutch.
No.
No.
What were y'all doing as children?
I mean, I
jump
jumped
rope.
rope,
Me
but it was
too.
a single
Yeah,
rope.
I jump rope.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
never wanted to double dutch?
No.
I
wanted
did,
to,
but
I
it just
I just don't think I can. I don't think I'm coordinated enough.
I wasn't coordinated enough for that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
You're judging us.
No. No.
I can't think of what it's called, but we did like you take 2 sugar canes
hmm
and dance.
Oh, and jump over them.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
there was a rhythm to it. So
Mhm.
we did that. I don't know what it's called.
With sugar cane?
Sugar
Yeah,
canes.
sugar canes.
What?
Yes.
You know about this?
You
I've
do?
seen it. I've
I
seen
can't
it before,
remember
yeah.
the name
Maybe
of
it's a
it though,
Southern
Nikki.
thing.
I mean, I spent time in the South. You know, I told you about that, but I ain't never.
Yeah, 2 sugar canes.
Okay, all right, got it.
Your legs can't get clamped, so there's a rhythm to it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you jump in between it.
So
And
It's
your
kinda like-
audience is saying right now, "Oh yeah, I know
They-
what that is."
yeah,
They're
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that.
They got it.
Yeah.
We love everybody.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. They
Yeah.
know what we're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's dope. I guess, yeah. I got to see it now. I'm gonna go YouTube that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, sugar cane. I only ate a sugar cane. I ate a sugar cane once. Wasn't
Just
for
once?
me.
Oh.
Yeah, wasn't for me. It was too stringy, and
Mhm.
yeah, nah, like wet sugar. I didn't. I didn't see the purpose. Just like I don't see the purpose of like stuffing and all of that. I hate wet bread.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you don't eat dressing?
dressing, stuffing, call it what you want. No,
Yeah, there's a difference.
Oh, yeah.
no,
There is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-mm. Nah, not doing it. Okay, so back on task. My bad. All right, so you have these. You're leading the church. You have these people. I'll say the word saints, right? That
Okay.
need your help. They're coming to you, but you never said who supports you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because that's what
Mhm.
my question was. You guys are now in this role. You're taking on all of this. God forbid you are empaths. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't imagine doing that, being an empath. But who is supporting you? Who's keeping you lifted?
Again, for me,
Go ahead, Natalie.
I've always had friends that were believers and solid in their faith and were just strong women, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So I could call them and talk about the stuff. Growing up spiritually, in the church that I went to in undergrad, I met lots of people there. So my former pastor and pastor's wife were support for me. If there were things that I thought were strange or that I thought I was supposed to be doing as a pastor's wife, I could easily call her and ask questions and
Okay.
whatnot. So yeah, I always had people outside of me or outside of our church that supported me, that I could vent to and share things with.
Got you. What about for you?
For me, I never had a big support group.
Okay.
I do think it's important, like Natalie said, when you're going through life, you can call someone and say, hey, pray for me. Let me share this with you. I've always been a person that held things in.
Mm-hmm.
So I had people around that I could call, but I didn't call.
Mm.
So I wish I would have used my resources better than I did.
Okay. Okay. You, Nikki?
I'll say I have a support group outside of church.
Okay.
But I didn't really, because, to be in that role, it's like you have to know what it means to be in that role.
Yeah.
So later, I did have kind of a support group from other pastors' wives. So that was great. But again, just really not sharing. Like I would share things maybe with them that was going on with church and how to handle certain things. But in terms of like my marriage, I didn't share. So
Okay.
so yeah, it was challenging, and then I had 3 kids, like stair steps. So
Yeah.
that was a whole nother thing.
When it came to marriage, because I was speaking about like ministry stuff,
Mhm.
when it came to marriage, I talked to one person about
What you were
marriage
dealing
stuff.
with?
Mm-hmm. There's one person on this earth that knows all of the things. All
Right.
of the things.
I would have thought that maybe you guys had like a for lack of a better word, sorority among first ladies of the church.
That's an interesting group of people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very
No?
interesting.
I think that at least when I was a pastor's wife, I found that a lot of them held most things close to the chest, for whatever reason. It wasn't, I don't know, it's like the husbands could connect, but she was just another woman in the room more often than not. Like we just didn't connect. Like you might talk, but it was very surface level. Yeah. Did y'all experience that?
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
What do you think is behind that, though? I mean, because you're right. You see these, again, outside looking in, right? I'm not a member of a church. I attend church from time to time, especially if I can wake up on time. But you see when some of these pastors have a guest pastor and they introduce them like they've been knowing each other for years. They got all these other stories, backdrops, things of that nature, right? Why don't the women connect like that? It's got to be something. What is it? I mean, because I would like to think, right, the stories are very similar, right, of what you may be dealing with as a first lady, as a wife. So why are we scared to talk about this?
I think that's a key word. Go ahead.
Well, I think one of the things is that everyone is not trustworthy. And how do I say this? Some women love to gossip. And so it's not, when you share with me, it's like an aha moment. Girl, let me tell you what Natalie is going through, or let me tell you what Nikki's going through. It's an aha moment. Not all, but from what I've experienced. So you just kind of keep it inside so that it's not out and it's turned into something larger than you wanted it to turn into. So
yeah, but
that's
if
my experience.
And I get it, the experience is dope, right? I'm not knocking it. I'm trying to infiltrate this thing from the outside. So if you all got together, the women, right? I mean, because here it is, bottom line, we're nothing without you. As a man, we're nothing without our women, right?
Right.
Nothing. That's a known fact. So you get together, you have these conversations, you can weed out the bad ones.
Can you?
Over tea, what's them dry cakes or biscuits y'all have down here? Yes. Over tea and tea cakes.
I don't
Tea
think
and
it's that.
Or crumpets, whatever.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
don't think
crumpets?
it's that easy.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not that
I
easy.
agree, Nikki.
It's not.
Really?
Yeah.
And I agree with Tanika and Natalie. Trust is a huge factor. And you don't want to look like you're throwing the pastor under the bus, or maybe not him, but you don't want to, you have to be careful what you share about your church and your members with other people, because you don't want it to come back to bite you.
Yeah.
So
Confidentiality has been a thing for me for years in my practice and then in ministry. So knowing the ins and outs of someone's life, I've always been very good at being a secret keeper. I get paid for that. But in ministry too, it was very important that the members knew that they could trust me, right?
Right.
So that they could come and talk about whatever the things were that they were dealing with. Now, with the other pastors' wives, like Nikki was saying, you're just very careful about what you shared about your personal life, first of all, because what are you going to do with this information if I share it with you? Because the wrong information, the right information in the wrong hands could blow your whole world up, so you're very cautious about who it is that you talk to. So you may go to dinner with 4 other couples, laugh and joke over the table and all of that, but they still wouldn't know what was going on in your life.
That is crazy. Crazy.
And I think too that though that they're dealing with the same thing.
Yeah, that's
We're
why
just not saying
that's
this.
why it's crazy. So you guys have this unspoken communication, maybe a raise of an eyebrow when the pastor does something. Y'all both know it's some nonsense. Look at each other. This, you know what I mean? but you don't speak about. Go ahead, Tiny.
I think my question would be, what are you going to do with this information? Is it going to help me? Is it going to make my marriage better? Where are we going with this? And the answer is most times no.
Right.
It's going to make things worse. So that's why I protected it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Gotcha.
it's part of your heart. You share the issues of your heart and someone goes and that's trampling on my feelings and
Yeah.
trampling on my heart. And it's very hurtful. So it can be very damaging for you to recover from that individually and as a couple.
Yeah. And I think as a wife, just kind of in general, good wives, let me specify,
Mm-hmm.
are very protective of their marriages. They're protective of their men, they're protective of their marriage, and they're protective of their children.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then they think about themselves at some point.
It's good.
Mhm.
I love that.
That's true.
That goes back to who's. But you said you guys have friends, but even in those friends, because you sit in this role, they can only know but so much.
True.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you still have this shield that you're carrying around, or this burden of nonsense that you shouldn't have to carry around.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it didn't work out, right? Nobody sitting here didn't work out. Look, I got my own story. I was called to talk several times, dodge that bullet. I'm talking now. You know, that's how it finally came to pass.
Mhm.
What does talk mean, Paul?
They said I was supposed to preach.
They
That's
said-
what they said.
Mm-hmm.
No, not me. Not
Who
the
is
way
they?
Oh, that's what we do. What was his name? Bishop Petway.
Oh.
Yeah, Bishop Petway. Yeah, they did the whole, you know, what they call it,
Prophecy.
prophecy, and
From the Lord.
that's what they said.
Mm.
My God ain't tell me that though. I mean, I was still in them streets, but that's what he said. So all them years later, here I am now, Bishop Petway, talking to these people.
I fully believe
Yes.
on it.
that no, not even that. I believe, or I know that I've not met one preacher, pastor, whatever, that was genuinely called by the Lord that was like, oh yeah, the first time that they
Mhm.
heard the word,
Mm-hmm.
they all ran.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not running. I'm walking.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm here
Just in
now.
the
Though.
opposite direction.
No, I'm here. Yeah,
Walking fast.
yeah. We kind of touching on the Lord and all His good people, and
Mhm.
you know the good saints, the rotten saints, the
I'm
You
messing
know,
with you because
seesaw
I fully believe
saints.
that ministry just doesn't have
Yeah.
to be on a pulpit.
Absolutely.
yeah. That's
Absolutely.
I figured that out. And that's why I'm right here right now.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
is my ministry. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
There we go. Woo! Wow.
Hot seat.
It's really not. I'm enjoying it. I really am. But I want to dive deeper. So we did this. We did the marriage. We came out of it, right? So now
Hallelujah.
what's the next thing? How do we still sever these relationships per se, or the care? How do we dial back the care of what we have? Do we dial back the care?
What care?
The care for the people.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. I think it's different because you're no longer in that role.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just you do it, but it's just different.
And I think that it's your heart. You
Mhm.
know, like I care about people. I don't want
Right.
people hurting. I don't want people wounded. What I carried for many, many, many years after leaving our ministry was whether or not the people would be okay.
Mhm.
You know, because there were so many things that were happening that just should not have been happening. And one of my main reasons for staying, besides, my kids, was the people. I felt like I was a protector of the people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed to make sure that they were okay. And then I realized that I wasn't God.
Mm-hmm.
And if they were going to be okay, they were going to be okay with or without me.
Mm-hmm.
So I still care about them.
You
But
stay.
the role is just different.
When you say you stayed after the divorce.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, okay. All right, but
I
That's-
stayed longer than
You
I should
stayed
have.
longer in the marriage than you
Yes.
should have.
Absolutely.
So this is almost like not leaving a marriage because of
The
children
kids were exactly.
in some sense. Oh, I'm
Mhm.
leaving all them kids in that church. Goodbye, Irene. Yeah, never to see me again.
XY.
That's why I'm not.
XY.
Maybe. Yeah, it could be. You're right. Why? Yeah. Give me all the whys. Yeah. Oh, no. Mm-mm. Not doing it. Yeah. How could you?
How could I? What?
I mean, but because one of the reasons I'm not a member of a church is because church can be so messy, right? And even when you get close to the top of it, right? Like you guys were at the top. All right, so getting close to the top, I was like a bishop's aide and all of this. Whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I'm seeing things I shouldn't be seeing. And this is what makes me kind of, yeah, I need the word, but I don't need the building. I don't need the organizations. And now they talking about if you join the church, you got to go through this class.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
Like a
take
new member class.
New members,
Yeah, who doing that? Got time for that? You taking me or not? You want this tithe money or no? Because another church would gladly take it without me going through this class. Right?
Well, the purpose of the class is so that you'll know that. Well, I'm assuming in our church, the purpose of the new members class was so that you would know the like the doctrine of the church, so that you could learn about the various ministries of the church, how you could become involved, things of that nature.
Mm-mm. So I don't need to go. I don't want to be involved. I don't. I just want to show up, get the word, go home, maybe shake the pastor's hand once a quarter,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm paying. So I should be able to shake his hand once a quarter. I ain't asking for every Sunday.
You're paying for your membership.
Paying for your membership. Is this a gym?
Just saying. I'm just saying. As much as y'all have people standing up and sitting down, you get the workout.
But you need to know what they believe, what the beliefs are, what the doctrine is. That's
I mean, we talking about the Bible, right? The belief is in the Bible.
yeah, but
Yeah, but like they're different denominations, and so different denominations make put emphasis on different things, within the scripture. So that particular church has a responsibility, honestly, of sharing with you, so you'll know that this is what we believe, this is what we focus on, in this particular ministry.
And I get this after I say I want to be a member. I don't get this before. There should
Well,
be
it
a
kinda-
write-up somewhere that I can go read. So I could be like, nah, this church
And
ain't
it probably
for me.
is like on a website or something like that, but a lot of people don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do I take my membership back after going through this class and finding out this ain't the church for me?
Like, oh no, I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
No?
Maybe you just stop going.
You retract
Maybe.
your membership. Yeah.
It's got to be. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mm.
Hey, this has been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have y'all back. I'm going to get a little messier, though.
Before we close out, I want to just say one thing.
Yes. Tell me
You
about it.
said church is messy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Can be. Churches can be messy.
Can be messy.
Hmm.
But you have to remember the church is made up of imperfect people.
Absolutely.
From the leader to the deacon to the choir member, we're all imperfect people.
Yeah. No, I saw some of the most imperfect people.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But it's when they try to act perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't get up in that pulpit and do this. And I just took the deacon to get you a dime bag of weed.
Mm-hmm.
We not doing that.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we not doing that. I know. I just rolled this blunt for you, Pastor.
Mhm. And unfortunately, that and so many other things are true
Mm-hmm.
in regards to the backside of ministry, which is why everybody's not called, I
Right.
believe,
Mhm.
to be a
Absolutely.
part of the backside of the ministry, because everyone can't handle the humanness of the people that are in leadership, and not just the pastor, but others that are in leadership that are broken people, and some haven't taken the time to heal, or just going headfirst into their ministry, and then others that are broken and don't even know that they're broken, and they're doing what it is they feel like they're supposed to do. I believe that in church, a lot of people think that, well, if I continue to do this, then I will become well by doing this, opposed to thinking I need to be well so I don't hurt somebody else,
Right.
or I'm ineffective in what it is that I'm called to do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like it. It makes sense. But
As you flick it away,
Like, whatever.
It makes sense.
it makes sense.
I often look at church as a hospital.
Yeah.
Everyone there has some form of illness, but we're all trying to get better. And so I don't believe it's a reason. I may have taken a break, but I'm not going to necessarily say I'm not going to go to church because there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't stop going to work because of the people.
Right.
I need the coins.
Yeah.
So, so
And the bills.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I need Jesus. I need to be strengthened because I believe there are people in the church that can push you and help push you into your destiny, into your healing. God places people there just for you. And so we just have to navigate through it and pray. And when you see those people are messy, that group, you don't have to be a part of it. I'm not a trash can. So you have to let people know, no, you can't bring that to me.
Right.
I don't look like a trash can, nor do I smell like a trash can.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really what it's about, navigating like you do at work or anywhere else.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't talk to them at work. I got a select few that I'm cool with. The rest, yeah, whatever. Yeah. No, what you say makes sense, right? It does. Especially in the role that you guys were in, you ladies were in. Definitely makes sense. It's not for me. Yeah. I don't it's a lot. It's a lot. And I keep telling that I don't even like people for real. So that's why I knew Bishop Petway was wrong when he talked about, yeah, son, you are no. I did that. I think I did decent on a one youth service. I got up there and, got my little words and scriptures together and threw out a little message. And now he want to come with this. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
So this is being recorded correctly?
This show?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? Tell me more.
I believe in miracles, and I just say, Lord, do it.
He did it. We
We're doing it right now.
We right here. Tanya, we are right here.
All I'm saying is it's recorded.
See how quick he worked? Boy, my God, don't play about me. That blessing came quick. We in this. Listen, we're going to close this out. We're going to have y'all back. Like I said, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. If y'all don't mind, if you do, just cut me off. But I'm going to try. I got my shovel in my backpack, so I'm going to bring that out. Spider, you ready? We going to dig deep, baby.
I'm always ready.
There we go. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Nick at Night. It's your boy P, King to a God. Follow me, the real P.I.G, Instagram, TikTok, Lemonade.